welcome to Paganello 2025. Today is finals day. It's where all the hardware gets handed out. It's first thing in the morning. We start with the juniors around here. And why wouldn't you, with the up-and-coming talent oozing from the Italian coastline? My name is Stefan Rapazzo alongside Francis Dieterle, and we're going to bring you this action from the Under-20 Championship. One tribe generation taking on GenIntimImTeam. Francis, welcome. You just finished the game, ran over here. How's your morning been?
I think I just sprinted faster than I did in the game to get here, but I'm doing great.
Working hard, Francis, working hard. Love to see it. These two teams, of course, representing the youth generation. There is a younger division in this. That final went on this morning at 9 a.m. and now into the 20s. As the day goes on, Francis, we've got action all day long. You know we got that at home. We move from here to the under-15 final. Actually is next at 11, then the loose mixed at 12. Women's final at 1 p.m. local time. Open final 2 p.m. and the final, the real mixed final at 3 p.m. The action is about to get underway here. You must love watching Youth Ultimate, Francis.
I do. I gotta admit that last year, as a French fan, it was a pretty great year for us, so I do like watching the U20 divisions and watching these players come up and develop. Beach, kind of an odd variant for youth. I don't think I've ever seen competitive youth beach at this level before.
Well, here we are then. Let's watch it all unfold as GenIntimImTeam
calls an immediate timeout.
An immediate celebrated timeout. I don't know what these guys are on, some sort of a wobbler out there, but we're going to take a break with them. First time out of the game. We'll be back with all of the action from this game. We live in a world where everything can be referenced online. Imagine if the greatest moments in our sport were never filmed. Eurodisc continues to do what it takes to make free-to-watch live streams a reality. Let's leave nothing to the imagination. We'll consume the action live, and we'll support those that help to make it happen. If it wasn't streamed, it didn't happen. Eurodisc.
What a grab! Oh my God! Somehow they do it!
And here is the replay of all the action you missed. It's upcoming soon, but GenIntimImTeam, they're just having a laugh out here. They come in, the pull is sent to start this game, and these guys center it and call a timeout. Here, look at this. Timeout. I thought I turned away. I thought I missed a Callahan or something for a second.
I've never seen it on the first point. I've done it before as a joke at a fun tournament, but I have to say this is a real power move from GenIntimImTeam. However I'm going to call them IntimImTeam because that's an intimidating move.
It is an intimidating move indeed. You're right. Now they're actually going to play Ultimate, and they're going to bang one down the pipe. Great reception to keep that alive. Now a high release sent too high, little bounce off it.
And about 3 possible turnovers on that point, leading up to the final high release flick, which is then bobbled and then caught for a goal. You could see that in the warm-up they were just laying out. They're just here to have fun. I think that they're just playing too young to care. Look at this throw. That goes through 1, 2, 3 hands, and then when it's received, it's coming back to the defense that has their back turned. And then the high release flick, the bobble, and the recovery to finish the point. Guts. That's a guts point right there.
These kids got guts, all right. They don't know how to. They don't know how to let fear set in yet. They're just out there living life to the fullest, mixing it up.
We'll see if that works. There's a fine line between courage and stupidity. So
yes, indeed there is. We will see what works.
Perhaps foolhardiness is a better word.
Big pull. Bounce, and here comes one tribe.
And another deep shot.
Look at them go one end to the other. Bruni catches it falling down off a tip. He's fired up. He spikes that baby into the ground. Wow, we just got a shooting gallery out here to start the day, Francis.
Only bobbles. This is the bobblehead gallery.
You know I love that. You know I love that. No, I don't love bobbles, but I love the way that we get patterns in games. And if it's bobblehead day here at Rimini Paganello Beach, I'll take it. Give me the bobblehead doll. There's Bruni, Manuel Bruni, falling away, recovering the tip.
So, Steph, what can you tell me about this One Tribe team? They're clearly a part of this Bologna youth movement. One Tribe, as I understand, is a pretty new team, so it's amazing that they have a junior section that's this strong already.
Yeah, they're a newly branded team. They've existed as the Alligators in the past, and now they've gone and branded themselves as One Tribe. They did quite well European grass scene last year, and yeah, they've definitely got layers of competitive levels in their club. That one's super low, almost a turnover, but they keep it alive. GenIntimImTeam. Waiting for big shots, nothing coming.
So far, very patient offense.
Centered. Oh, that would. That's two in a row that were just really shoved right in and made difficult to catch, and then, well, the last of which was uncatchable. Pink cowboy hat, fires, spaghetti western style, but a big layout D gets the disc back for GenIntimImTeam.
And somebody falls down in the shooting gallery.
That's it, Francis. Sniper got one.
So far, pretty risky offense from One Tribe, but I kind of like, throwing some turns on defense, throwing it long. It gets those unders open for later in the game.
GenIntimImTeam. Go around Gerwin, and now the big shot taken high by Baumgartner. Around and gratuitous layout, but it works. Vulgar on the throw, and GenIntimImTeam do one without hucking it.
And Baumgartner with a very good read off of the sort of floaty huck, and he throws one of my favorite throws, the no pivot backhand.
No pivot backhand, huh?
Here we see it. We look at the body control to stave off with one hand and then just control with his back right hand. No pivot backhand right there for the break, and then he collects.
Andre Baumgartner.
And boom, boom, he's down.
Let him go right under the Paganello sun float. Here at Eurodisc Arena, where all of the big matches of Paganello will unfold. Today's finals day set to be jam-packed in the Eurodisc Arena. One Tribe walking it up to the line. First throw comes in. Completion. That one to Bruni. Now blasted deep. Hanging and taken as an interception. And that will go the other way. GenIntimImTeam. Get it under. From the far sideline, looking to the dump space. Big swiping backhand. Now the around. High release. Gets
And
that one out, does Muleba.
Pick called. So far, pretty patient offense. The GenIntimImTeam stack is drifting kind of deep. Good job from Bologna from One Tribe to keep them there.
Hammers a deep shot. And that one fades away into the VIP area. Can't make a catch over there.
No, you can't. pretty good help defense on the previous possession too from IntimImTeam. They had a couple of people going deep who were able to help and clean up One Tribe's huck. I think historically, in my experience, youth teams are very good at offense, and they still have a lot to learn about defense. Just a lot of different situations that you're not prepared for when you don't have experience.
Now centered from the initiate, Bruni with the disc. One Tribe in the red zone. Nothing doing. High stall count. Fired into the end zone. Good enough float. And that'll count for a score at the back. Sadias on the goal. Sades.
Good recognition from Sades that the count was getting high. The mark had opened up the other side of the field, and the inside there is just nice and floaty. He's got plenty of space and time to run it down. But I think that point is a small victory for IntimImTeam. They had the disc. They had the potential to throw into the goal.
Yeah, a couple break opportunities existed with legitimate feeling. You're right. See if those small victories will mount to a tipping point, or how well One Tribe can tip the scales in their favor as this game moves ever onward.
And again, I think we're going to see, with an outside coach, how much that can contribute to One Tribe's success. Because again, as I said, I think that youth teams do have more difficulty with defense. They're just not as experienced in recognizing spaces. It's about pattern recognition, and they just are very young. But a big shot goes up.
Oh, too much under that one. Too far in front for the bid to make up to. And now One Tribe on the pickup.
Should have called a timeout before.
That one was centered by Mascagni and then sent away. And IntimImTeam will have another go. Centered. Sent. And the gratuitous layouts are part of their fabric. And they give us another one there, and they're flopping all over the shop.
Love to see a team out there enjoying it, knowing that it's about the fun. So far, both offenses, I gotta say, Steph, are kind of one-trick ponies. But if the pony's fast enough, might as well ride it.
I mean, ride this one trick right till the end of the day, and you'll be all right. They only need a little bit left out of this pony, and they'll be feeling good for it. That was Freddie Paulmeyer on that flopping goal. One of the Rat Track players, ex-Panthers of Bern.
Freestyle Freddy getting it done.
Freestyle Freddy. Sent one. Nice bang, dent the earth there. You hear that country twang playing in the background here. Paganello, spaghetti western themed in 2025. A wonderful series of celebrations for all the participants here as well, as One Tribe seek the end zone on this holding attempt. Signori.
And it looks like there's a travel called on a couple throws ago. Good work out of the vert stack. Usually we see horizontal stacks on beach, but One Tribe is opening up the lateral space pretty well with their cuts.
And we're back in play. Boom, bit on the hip. Didn't go. Marchesini gets up with the disc. Looking for something. The upline squirrels and then gets Bruni. Backfield. Quickly delivered. Sades finds a seam, but the other end is a defender. And now IntimImTeam. Gadamian goes to the far sideline. Upline opens up a lane in the middle, and then the deep shot goes. Will it stay in? No, it will not. We have a foul called by the looks of things. That was Jacob Salzman on the throw. And him and Bruni discuss whether there was impact or not.
These calls are always kind of difficult. I do tend to think that the mark is usually responsible for this. And here we'll see the inside break that leads up to the huck. Yeah, and I think that really is actually the mark's responsibility to avoid contact. It's very hard to be static as a mark, especially on hucks. You're trying to jump into the lane, and that backhand, it's almost impossible to avoid contact.
Yeah, I say it time and time again about being statue still on the mark, or it is a foul. If you are not, and nobody's ever statue still, is the long and short of us. We will argue something from time to time that, yes, of course I was. But any little bit of movement while that throw is coming and contact is made, it's a tough case to make that you did not foul.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially on the back end, like you said, the release, when you release the disc, it comes away from your body, unlike the forehand. And so the way that the backhand's mechanics work, the hand is almost always going to hit no matter what.
Yeah, well, it's gone back to Salzman.
We'll see if their IntimImTeam can actually get off of their one-trick pony, or if they're going to work it down the field.
IntimImTeam, low pickup. That one, Moulibat. Far sideline, gone for the big dinger, and they hit the humdinger. That's Zimmerman, freestyler, and he gives us some showmanship there. I'm going to have to see that one again on the replay. I just caught a glimpse of some athletic twirls or tumbling, perhaps.
Did I see a Beasley shoulder shimmy right there at the end, too?
Could be. These IntimImTeam oozing with machismo. Here's another look. Deep send, great take. What a take. There's a backflip. I thought we saw some tumbling and bumbling around. Love to see that. Old backflip Billy doing it in the back of the end zone there.
That's the first break of the game.
First backflip of the game, too.
First backflip of the game. Hopefully we can see at least one more of those.
Oh, that's coming out. Am I wrong? It's coming in. A great pull. A great pull. Sent deep. I don't know if that's going to stay in, but it may. No, it won't. And one tribe make their possession quite short with that inability to hit.
One tribe having some difficulty dealing with the height, I think, of IntimImTeam. I think where Bologna's real strengths are in break mark throws and their agility.
A big take over everyone. Sends and fires deep. And we got another shooting gallery here. We're going back and forth, Francis.
Pew, pew. Yeah, Bologna, I think, needs to find one more solution. I think that the look was good. The throw was just not properly adjusted. It's difficult to do it in the wind. But the wind is blading towards that sideline, so everything that is exposing the bottom of the disc to the wind is going to push out of that field towards the tent.
Wide open underneath comes that Stauffer. First sideline. Salzman cuts the field. And then sends the hammer. Oh, and it's a little bit too far. The defense did a good job to make it tricky and close the space.
I love the look. I don't think it's a great decision, but I love it anyway. We're here for the show, and
they're bringing the show.
That is a good show. IntimImTeam are definitely out here to have fun.
And fired one deep early in the sequence, and they get away with one there. IntimImTeam.
Great closing speed. An acrobatic D.
Baumgartner. Gives a little no pivot backhand there. Up line to Pohlmeier. Oh, Pohlmeier gives a little shave to Baumgartner there.
Baumgartner getting a little fade, which unfortunately leads to a turnover. Bologna with their third possession, I think.
Centered. And up the sideline. Now we're in. San Giorgi goes all the way around, gets a play. Sares fires, finds that pink cowboy hat, then hits the middle again. Mascagni gets it over. Boni, and Bid takes it away right in front. Bodies are flying here. They're sending missiles.
Just a rough point so far from Bologna.
Baumgartner goes through the hands all the way around. That's Pohlmeier, comes under on the other side. Over the top. Salzman to Pohlmeier, high take. Dump to Baumgartner. Tries to isolate. Nice pop pass, turn around, walk away. And he gets a layout to make sure of it. Very confident stuff out of IntimImTeam.
Swag stuff from Reini. The no-look backhand. Maybe a little dab at the end, too.
He's hot stepping for sure.
He is hot stepping. Digging in deep in the bag there. I don't know if that's a no look. He looks away.
Yeah, he just doesn't watch
after
it.
he gets
like
a glance.
taking the shot.
Yeah.
Running back to midcourt before it goes in.
And that's an important point for Bologna. Looks like they're going to take their timeout right now.
We're going to take one, too. We'll be back with more action after these messages.
Yeah, look, all of my friends going crazy. I gotta brag on myself.
The Cardenas brand looks awesome. Get your hands on some of that. Check it out at the VC shop, one of the other proud sponsors of Paganello, along with Eurodisc, Lightspeed, so many more, making this event happen. The city of Rimini, and of course, ULTI.TV, bringing you the coverage. Make sure you give back, support all those sponsors, and with us, hit the like button, subscribe. That's a big help in itself.
So far, Steph, I believe that the story of the game is IntimImTeam's swag overtaking Bologna's structure. Bologna may be falling a little bit into a swaggy offense themselves, which has been their downfall.
So you're telling me swag trumps structure?
Depending on the time. If structure can fall into swag, then I think so. It's all about tricking the other team to playing your game, I think, most of the time. Even at the highest levels, if you can play your game and you can get the other team to play your game, you're probably going to walk away with a win. We'll see if Bologna can get back into some structure.
That one bounces and rolls and gets set into play. Underneath to Bruni. Bruni fires. Oh, what a strong hand. to take that one. Boney. Dump to Bruni. Fired in the corner. Nice strong hands. And another mega spike out of that youngster. And a moonburner spike. That's double excitement.
And Bologna are feeling that was not the best shot, but that was a really good catch from Boni. Of course, using that cowboy hat strength to reach up and grab the disc out of the air. You can see the way the Bologna offense is working is they're trying to put 3 handlers back and isolate 2 cutters downfield, which I think works pretty well when you can get your first option off, but you might find that the handling space on beach is a little cluttered after that if you're getting to a higher count. But good job to open up the space into that soft inside, almost just a flat throw. Good grab from Boni right here. You can see that he dumps it off right here, and then there's just a nice walk to the open side with a tumble for the goal. Little tumbleweed.
Love seeing that from the aerial angle. All our shots of the action. Oh, we got some music playing. It must be the halftime music, Francis.
A bonanza of hucks in this game. We'll see what IntimImTeam does here.
Baumgartner gets on his bike. There's a bit of a zone against, and IntimImTeam so far not at all intimidated with it. Just waltzing their way through. Paulmeyer, high release. Baumgartner, the around. Salzman, the goal. IntimImTeam are going bananas for the bonanza.
Probably the least crazy point that we've seen from them so far. Just one little high release flick right there that's a little bit out of the normal bag of tricks.
Yeah, that's them being calm. It is halftime. And there is a lead for IntimImTeam here. The Swiss staying up on the Bologna youth. Continuing to score. There's the last one to Salzman. 6-3. So because the halftime music played during that last one, it's halftime after this point?
I believe it should be capped at 7, right? IntimImTeam trying to dig, saying we need to dig. We need to get another turn out there.
Digging away on the sideline as one try puts the disc into play. Fires deep, looking for Bruni, and he takes high, and he spikes hard in the vicinity of the defender.
And that is a great take. Good job on Bruni right there. Good box out, good position. He's able to take just a tiny bit of contact. The IntimImTeam doesn't get right up in his grill, but Bruni is fired up.
Justifiably so. Bruni goes up and takes. The sounds of Paganello fill the ear holes right now. My favorite song when I'm here in Rimini. The Tournament of Glory, Torneo di Gloria. It just gives me goosebumps, Francis. Gets me all sorts of happiness.
Takes a lot to get goosebumps in heat like this.
It does. But the Paganello anthem, that you can listen to on YouTube if you put Paganello theme song. Feel like you're here with us. Even more so than having ULTI.TV in your living room or on your breakfast table or tucked into bed with you. We can accompany you anywhere, and so can the Paganello vibes. If you could bottle Paganello vibes, you'd be rich. Baumgartner from his own end. Sent into the corner, back to Baumgartner. Baumgartner leads, winds up, sends, and is Baumgartner again, middle of the pitch. Takes the dump space to Stauffer. Stauffer goes in a high take and a vulgar. Baumgartner gives a little backhand fake, takes the dump to Vulgar. Back to Baumgartner. Baumgartner, Vulgar exchange in the backfield. Why not? Now move it up Stauffer. Stauffer shakes. Then go crafty little around throw there to find Pohlmeier.
Loopy backhand for the half. And good patience from GenIntimImTeam. They've got some good things going on. Yeah, it's very hard to put a lot of pressure on GenIntimImTeam. Now, I think that maybe we misspoke when he said that Swag outdoes structure, because really GenIntimImTeam, they work very well together. They're spacing very well. I can't really see a specific structure that it looks like they're trying to work out of, but they're just very good at recognizing how to space away from the disc.
A lot of these kids have played together quite some time already. Even as under 20s, they've played big campaigns together. Swiss mixed a bunch of these fellas that won in Padova 2 years ago, the European youths. These guys are still together here playing for GenIntimImTeam on the sand at Paganello. And of course, the up-and-coming club of One Tribe, making it to the final here, having their work cut out for them early. That disc is stopped on the roll and put into play. And now in the near sidelines corner. Fired. That one gets out to Mascagni. And then bid going by San Giorgi, looking to see if he can get a hand on that, but it was too far in front, Francis.
And then the sympathetic reaction with the bid right behind him.
GenIntimImTeam from their own end. Bid, full takeaway. That was great speed and a huge get back from Bruni. That layout was awesome, and One Tribe are fired up because of it.
That's an excellent D from Bruni.
He just outran him completely. Their speeds at coming to that disc were in very different ranges. Bruni's was double by the time he got here, streaking through.
You can tell that Bruni's just got excellent wheels. Look at the closing speed on this. He's behind him. Those two last steps are so powerful right there, and he just blows by. And then he throws a little lefty for the goal. And that's on the brake side, too.
Love to see it. There it is again. From the drone, bang, boom, pow.
Now, is Manuel Bruni of any relation to Elisa Bruni?
That's a good question. Maybe people in the fans in the chats can let us know. I haven't checked in with you much today, but we're there for you always. So let us know how you're doing. Sent deep, and maybe that one wasn't even gratuitous, actually. Stauffer rolls it in, and GenIntimImTeam respond quickly.
Yeah, we can see that the Sand Monster's got Bologna's legs right there. One Tribe just left in the dust, literally.
Not much they could do there. 8-5 the score, 32 minutes into this.
Yeah, and he has to change course. I think it might have been a little bit gratuitous, but you know what? They've been putting on a show from the beginning. Why not keep it up?
Keep that going. Keep
and
that going.
He puts his body inside the goal.
Yes,
which is important. There's nobody else to come and help afterwards.
It was somewhat gratuitous, but also effective. I think actually necessary and heads-up play. Look at these guys playing with the crowd, having a dance. Mishandled a little bit on the pole roll, and One Tribe, who bid came close, but not to be undone. in their backfield now. Volley goes back to Bruni. Bruni goes high, and nice chance for Sardines. He puts it out in front, and a big take. And he gives him a hug. I was wondering what was coming, San Giorgi. Giving much love to his opposition there.
Andrea San Giorgi looks like he's skiing now. Great casual take with the pressure right behind him. An excellent spirit on the other end of it too. He sees the bit, he respects that physicality from the Swiss. Here we see it. Good closing speed, he gains the position, perhaps a little more casual than I would like. If I were a coach, I'd probably have my heart in my throat.
Oh yeah. They could have been more direct.
So I think one of One Tribe's, the things that they need right now is they need the point to last longer than a few passes. They really need, if they could get a turn and a break, that would be the ideal thing. But as a defense, they really need this point to last a long time.
Put a spanner in the works here. Baumgartner goes around to Stauffer. Gadamian comes under. Sorry, that's Freddie P. Polmeyer pulls the trigger. Baumgartner on the chase. Baumgartner takes high with a bit on his back and keeps the action coming. Pops off a head spike.
One pink hat over another. That's a poster right there. Good pressure from the Bologna defender. One Tribe. Not much else that the One Tribe player can do there.
That's a great play. I mean, Baumgartner is hamming it up. He wants these highlights. They love it. They're bidding and flopping at every opportunity, but it's because they can. They can lay out well, and they're popping off out here right now. 9-6, 35 minutes in it. Pull sent. Fired inside to Bruni. Bruni backhands and around. Near sideline, San Giorgi. Inside in the middle, Marchesini. And Bruni, what a play. Bruni's been hot as magma today. Gets the up line, comes back to the middle. Gets Sardines. In the middle again, chipping forward, San Giorgi. Back to Bruni. Working around. Far sideline again, Volley. Little pop on that and knocked away by GenIntimImTeam.
Rare error from Bruni.
A rarer.
A rarer. A rare.
On the pickup. Put into play, far sideline. All the way back into Sol Gadamian. Now Zimmerman, the freestyler. To Gadamian. He sends it. Well, now pushed. Now a shot to the end zone, evident and taken, and there you have the gratuitous layouts shooting themselves in the foot. Put too much into the showmanship and not enough into the actual mechanics of the game. And a drop because of it, Francis.
Steph, are you telling me that style doesn't always beat substance?
Yeah, I am saying it does not always beat substance, but I will gamble on style a fair bit, to be very honest with you. Style and flair goes a long way still.
Big shot coming off.
Bingo bango into the red zone for one tribe. Sardines in the dump space. Volley. Where's that? Bruni. Bruni finds the seam. Knee on the line. Is it in? No, it shouldn't be, and it's not. Volley, and then one throw, but a travel called.
Travel called, probably about 20 centimeters in the end zone. I don't know how I feel about that one. I think that the mark was pretty loose right there.
And goal given. Goal given. I think you're right, Francis. They had a quick chat about it, and that would have been a pretty cheeky travel call, I think, to make.
And good retract from the Swiss right there. I'm going to say that inside shot from Bruni is what opened up that offense. And if you know in the chat if Manuel Bruni is related to Elisa Bruni, tell us, because I think that they both suffer from chronic balleritis.
Chronic what?
Balleritis.
Ballers. In Francis we trust. Rui Ferreira in the chats. We get some love for Timo. Let's go, boys. Ale. Forza ragazzi. Nice to see you all. Mangiare la cioccolata. I can do that. As long as you hit that like button, I'll eat some chocolate, and we're all good and done dealed on that one.
Shout out straight back to Rui Ferreira, if I pronounced it correctly.
Oh, yeah. Pretty close, I think. Better than I'm going to get it. Portuguese intonations. I'm not so skilled in them. But we give them a go. We do our best.
Just a straight horizontal. Again, one of the great things about this Swiss team is their spacing is just so nice. They're very far off the disc, and their break throws are good enough to get it to most spaces on the field.
Ooh, little needs a layer to keep it alive, and gets it. Vulgar again. Back to Baumgartner. Stover. Puts it in the middle. Freddie P. That's Polmeyer. Polmeyer to Baumgartner, and he can't get there.
And freestyle, Freddie flubs it. Just a little too fast on that inside. I think a little more lift like they've been throwing. They throw, a lot of the IntimImTeam throw their backhands and their forehands quite high. So I think a little more lift would have been perfect.
Mascagni winds up. He saw his cut going. All sorts in there. But out waiting on the balance is Bruni, who has had an absolute blinder today.
Chronic balleritis, Steph. Chronic balleritis.
He is balling right the heck out there. Go get yourself to a doctor and get checked. That balleritis is becoming very evident out here right now. Everybody can see it.
Look at this shot. The read and the box out. And then on the second chance, Bruni just squeaks that one out. Oh, it stuck to his hand. He got it unstuck, fortunately.
You got to spike it hard enough to unstick it.
A great play from one tribe. That fired up the crowd. You can see that they're happy to see the almost hometown team living it up here, getting a little bit more life into their defense.
We get a question in the chat from a wonderful Michael Beanstalk about party highlights, lowlights. Any that stand out for you, Francis?
Party highlights was going back to the outside where there was a DJ too after being on the inside when I was sweating.
Oh yeah, we were outdoor party right from the get-go, and it was wild. Leading throw, Vulgar. Surveying options, finds the middle. Now the around, Freddie P. Polmeyer, high release, forehand, flick-a-ding-ding. And that one is in. That's a beautiful throw. Gadamian headbutts. Flying headbutt spike. They are looking for absolutely everything here to turn it into some showmanship.
Looks like a Ronaldo spike from the flying header.
I thought the festivities last night were incredible. I love the Paganello party. 3 different rooms. Well, the main room, the sweat box, and then late night they always open up the side club, which they did. We went to a third DJ outdoors. There was a couple stages I was rolling with Bling last night, and we did a couple dance floor takeovers, and those are always fun. But
Any low lights?
Low lights. Thankfully, I don't remember any low lights, so that's a good thing. But as they say, if you don't remember, it didn't happen. That's not what they say.
Great pull from IntimImTeam.
Wow, back in the end zone. Oh, goodness gracious. Sades gets it, but oh, there's the pickoff. Baumgartner, like a sneaky little cat on the hot tin roof, leaps in the lane and takes it away.
And we got a sideline water bottle spike from one of the One Tribe players, hitting Chopo in the back. Chopo, give the thumbs up sign if you're alive. He's good.
Chopo's fine. 1 minute to go in the game. A lead for IntimImTeam, especially after that pickoff and quick score. I love this dual kind of cowboy music. Guys, the vibes here this morning are so hot. I can't wait. I mean, it's all happening. It's happening. With each new game now, more energy will come and more energy will come. This arena is just going to be filling up all day. There are still games being played right now, but this is the last round. So after this stadium is going to get jiggity jam packed. That one rolls to the back. One Tribe. Put it in the hands of Bonnie. Sends deep. Bruni again. What's he got? What is he suffering from out there, Francis?
Chronic balleritis.
Goodness gracious. Can't stop, won't stop. Kid keeps balling. Wearing the 99 jersey. He's got a little great one in him. And Bruni is just, it's his speed that he is killing with. No two ways about it. But he, when somebody gets behind the defense that frequently, you start to notice and say, hey, let's not let this guy get behind the defense. And he still does. So it's really showing about his ability to burn marks, to take advantage even of tactical positioning against him.
Definitely. He's clearly the linchpin in this One Tribe offense. I'm going to go with another party highlight. The World Wild Women, I guess WWW.
Yeah.
Going around shooting people with gin squirt guns all night.
All right. I got squirt a couple times.
You got ginned?
I don't know if I tasted what I was squirt with. There's the pole. Boom, dent in the sand. Baumgartner. Volger, Baumgartner. Couple drags and sags in the lane by One Tribe. Now they get one forward. Stouffer to Baumgartner. No, he goes to Freddie P. Salzman was open in the deep space, but didn't want it. Now Baumgartner again. Volger comes under. Easily. Woo, now a discussion of in or out. And he's allowed to land and drag.
I think he pulls the line right there. He's allowed to have his foot under the line, but if his foot moves it, I think that's out.
You think it's out? You think he's touching line first?
We live in two different worlds, I guess. We'll see if we can find some agreement.
They might want to have a look at the screen.
And they're calling for the VAR.
They're calling for the screen.
Currently, I'm going to refrain from pronouncing any
right
opinion
now,
so they can figure it out themselves.
Here's the replay. What do we think here, gentlemen?
You touch the line here. You are touching the line. Beach rules out, but you're under the line. It's not out. Yeah, but if you are under, yes. But if you are under and you touch, it's out.
I think they're explaining.
I looked at it yesterday because there was another game where I called it, but he had the foot under the line and it was in.
There's nothing conclusive here. These guys are going to have to come to an agreement. They're working it out now. It's a contested out call is what it is.
They're going to keep talking about it. Riani is saying that if his foot is under and it moves the line, then it's out. It's getting a
You
little
guys got to
heated.
get back out there and resolve this. If you contest, that's the only way to do it. Not happy is Rimini. He says that it was clear as day that it was out. Volger didn't believe so. He thought he had his hand clapped before the toe dragged. I think I disagree. I didn't want to give too much of my opinion to affect it.
Neither did I. I think I agree with Riani, actually, and that's a good interpretation of the rule. Perhaps with a slightly different method, he could have convinced his opponent, but I think this is a fine resolution as well.
Stauffer gets Baumgartner and into Volger for the goal. And Volger gives a hard spike on that one. 12-9, 49 minutes in.
And the stare down, and there's also a stoppage. And a travel was called about 4 passes ago.
All right, so we're coming back.
All right, so this is where we're at in the game right now.
Yes.
Yeah. Once those calls get a little bit heated, you can definitely see that there is a certain chaining
Tension
together
in the
of
air.
the emotions.
Yes.
You can see Volger's stare down right there. What is this, the NBA?
Big results in the NBA last night. Francis, I've heard some crazy global news this morning that the Pope has passed on Easter Monday, and I'm not making things up. We'll have to get full verification, but my sources this morning, since this game's been on, have told me that the Pontiff is gone.
Well, one less Francis in the world always makes me sad.
Fair enough. Here is Stauffer. High release backhand, breaks side, gets over Bruni somehow. Pickety pops right into the guts, and Stauffer still gives the hard spike, making it 12-9, and then gives us some flopping salmon, another backflip. These guys are popping off out here.
And that was game. That was a victory from IntimImTeam. Great effort from one tribe at the end. They really put their hearts on the field in that last point. Excellent defensive effort from them.
Under 20 championship is now in the books. IntimImTeam take down one tribe and are your under 20 Paganello champions. Congratulations to them. Commiserations, but a great showing by one tribe for being there. Francis, any last thoughts on the game?
Enjoy the rest of the day with Paganello. This is some great vibes. Stay right here on ULTI.TV for the rest of the action.
And for Francis Dieterle, I've been Stefan Rapazzo. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you next time.
Thanks.
Yeah, ultimate.
ULTI.TV.
Let's give me